Paul, the bottom line is prices have been frozen for next season. Just tell us why the club has come to that decision for the new campaign.
Our focus was on affordability and to try and make it as easy as possible for people to renew for next season.
What were the considerations? Were you worried at all that if you did rise prices that maybe people would be tempted not to renew?
I think when you've had a difficult season such as the one we've had, you will always have some people that will be less likely to renew than they might have been in a better season. But we've got a very loyal fan base. They're very committed to the club. They know that sometimes you can have difficult seasons like this. So we're pretty confident the majority of people will renew again for next season.
And how comfortable do you feel in terms of the competitiveness of the prices that the club has now sort of going forward?
Well, you know, the season ticket price is not just about entry to the game. You know, we try and provide as much value around it as possible. There's travel included, subsidised travel included in the ticket price. There's free Wi-Fi in the stadium. There's an opportunity to go to free access bars before the game, pre-match entertainment. So the season ticket value is partly about the game, massively about the game, and for some people all about the game. But in addition to that, there are other value-added items that go into making up the price of the ticket.
So the prices have stayed the same, but you have made a couple of changes and a couple of new introductions. Just tell us a little bit about one for those under 21 and also the travel implications as well.
Well, the under 21 price is something we've introduced really as a result of direct feedback from fans. I think some people found it quite difficult to make that leap from being an under 18 suddenly to being an adult. And this interim step is designed obviously for those who go off to university or to college, so it helps them continue to afford their season ticket. But even those going straight into work are not necessarily on the highest incomes or the highest salaries. So this is a sort of a graduated step to allow them to continue to come to the Amex, continue to enjoy games here and to keep hold of their season ticket. On the travel front, we're in negotiations at the moment with Southern Rail to try and extend the travel zone, both east and west, to try and make it, again, a little bit more affordable for people that are currently on the edge of that travel zone to come to our games.
I've got to say, obviously, bearing in mind where the Albion are in the table at the moment, what considerations are there if it were to be League One football, not Championship football next season?
Well, obviously, we've planned these prices, and these prices are for being in the Championship. If our status changes in any way, then we will review prices.
Has that process already happened? So you're aware of what you would charge now, or will that decision be made maybe further down the line?
No, we don't like to tempt fate. So we've made the commitment that we will review things pretty rapidly if things change, but obviously at the moment our focus and our priority and our expectation is to be playing in the Championship again next season.
Obviously a lot of people have talked about travel issues, catering issues. Those seem to slightly, from the feedback that we get, seem to have gone away somewhat. Is that how you feel going forward into next season? And obviously some of those things are rolled into the price of a season ticket.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the transport, getting in and around and away from a football ground is never easy. It doesn't matter where you are in the country, whichever team you support. There's always going to be a difficulty of 25, 30,000 people getting away from a confined space broadly at the same time. But I think this ground, probably more than any other, has got a great transport plan. It works. And we're now in our 4th season. We're soon to go into our 5th season. We constantly refine it, and we will keep refining it until we get it as good as it ever can be. But we're very satisfied on that front. Similarly, on the catering front, you know, it's always going to be difficult to serve 25, 30,000 people with what they want, when they want it, in a very short space of time. But our partners, Sodexo, have done a fantastic job, I think, both on the concourses and in the lounges, in getting a good mix of products at the right price. And at the moment, the spend per head in the stadium continues to rise, which is very, very good news indeed.
What about payment methods? I know you introduced the sort of direct debit with no additional costs to fans as well. Also, there was the ECash issue. What's happening with those?
Well, first of all, on the direct debit scheme, which is very, very popular, the majority of our fans now have moved to paying for their season ticket through the direct debit scheme. It's interest-free, it's fee-free, there's no security that's attached to it, so it's a really good, convenient way for people to pay for their season ticket. And obviously, we do expect people to maintain that commitment. It's not an easy way out of paying for a season ticket when you suddenly decide you don't want it anymore. We expect people to maintain their payments, and that protects the value of the scheme for everybody else. It also means that we can continue to offer it free of charge, which is a massive bonus, when a lot of other clubs would either charge interest or they'd charge a fee for fans paying for their season ticket in that way. On the catering front, we are moving away from ECash. ECash was introduced at the stadium right from the opening as a convenient way of paying for food and drinks on the concourses and in some of the lounges. Unfortunately, the take-up of ECash, although first was reasonably high has declined over the last 3 or 4 years, and so we've now moved away, and particularly now contactless technology has become part of our everyday lives. People use contactless cards almost everywhere they go now, whether it's in a petrol station, a coffee shop, wherever, and we've now got that technology introduced at the Amex, and this is now a much faster way for us to allow people to pay for their food and drink, particularly on the concourses.
So with the ECash, what will happen? Those people who did use ECash did get discounts in the past. What will happen to them?
Well, the first thing is we've agreed with our caterers for next season that we're freezing catering prices. So, any sort of loss of that discount will be slightly absorbed by that. Secondly, we've agreed with our caterers that we'll be running a series of pre-match discounts on a range of different products every single match day, so that people will actually get the benefit. More people will get the benefit because so few at the moment use ECash and therefore get those discounts. So for the discounts applying across the board, more people will benefit, and we think it will be a faster transaction process, which means people's service will improve both before the match and particularly at half-time.
So what will be classed as a success for next season in terms of season ticket pickup, and what are the club hoping for?
Well, obviously we want to try and renew as many people as we possibly can. In every year there's always some people that sadly are ill and can't renew, some people die, some people move away, some people change jobs, some people move countries. You're always going to get some degree of season ticket churn, whether you're Manchester United or Brighton Hove Albion. So we do expect some churn. Our job, as we've said from the start, is to try and renew as many people as possible, but also to continue to expand our fan base so that people that we do lose, for whatever reason, can be replaced. And in a difficult season, it's harder to do that. And so, if there's some drop off next year, that's something we've just got to work even harder on during the year to replace those people that don't come back, or to tempt them back. And obviously we'll be working very hard with our marketing teams to make sure that we keep tempting fans back to watch football at the Amex. That's a long-term aim. It doesn't change season to season. It will be something we'll continue to do, even if we were to make the Premier League at some stage in the future.